In our pursuit of defining the characteristics of an exemplary male figure, societal norms often portray him as gentle, kind, and above all, non-aggressive. Does avoiding all conflicts and harm at all costs truly align with the concept of goodness? Or is he merely avoiding the necessity of making challenging decisions? This pervasive belief suggests that the absence of the capacity to inflict pain or suffering upon others is viewed as a moral virtue. Upon closer examination, however, this seemingly straightforward correlation between harmlessness and goodness unravels, revealing a complex and provocative stance that challenges the foundations of our moral understanding. To grasp the concept, it is essential to recognize that the capacity for harm is a fundamental aspect of our nature. The first reason why an individual who is harmless is not necessarily a good person is the misinterpretation of harmlessness as a virtue. This is a critical oversight in our collective moral compass, often lauded as an inherent good. There is often a tendency to celebrate harmlessness without undertaking a thorough examination of its implications. This cursory assessment fails to consider the full spectrum of human nature and the potential for positive transformation that arises from confronting our capacity for harm. It is important to note that the absence of the ability or desire to inflict pain does not automatically confer moral superiority or depth of character. Alternatively, this may simply reflect a lack of engagement with the intricate realities of human nature. To illustrate, Arjuna, a warrior on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, initially experiences a sense of paralysis when confronted with the prospect of engaging in combat against his own relatives, teachers, and comrades. His lack of inclination to cause harm and death is what defines his harmlessness in that moment. However, through his dialogue with Krishna, Arjuna comes to understand that his duty as a warrior and his responsibilities toward establishing righteousness necessitate engaging in the battle. The key takeaway here is that recognizing one's duty and acting with righteousness, even when it involves conflict, is a more valuable quality than avoiding action to prevent harm. The crux of this misunderstanding is the failure to recognize that true virtue is not about the absence of the potential to cause harm, but about the presence of the choice to refrain from causing harm. This distinction is of paramount importance, as it places the onus on the conscious decision-making process that defines moral integrity. The opportunity for significant moral development lies in acknowledging and managing one's darker capacities. When individuals address and navigate these inner challenges, they develop a more profound form of goodness, one that is resilient and informed by a deep understanding of the full spectrum of human potential, including both destructive and constructive capabilities. Secondly, we will examine how harmlessness, particularly when it arises from an inability to be cruel, does not result in a state of virtuous tranquility, but rather a condition of vulnerability and incompleteness. This vulnerability extends beyond the physical to encompass the psychological and emotional realms, undermining the individual's ability to withstand adversity. Such individuals are at a disadvantage in a number of situations. This is not only in situations where self-defense is required, but also in broader negotiations where assertiveness and strength are important factors. Consider a personal relationship where the boundaries are not respected. If you are unable to express discontent or assert your needs because you are incapable of confronting the other party, the relationship can become one-sided. The dynamic shifts towards an imbalance where your needs and feelings are continually overlooked. This situation not only causes emotional distress but also results in a profound sense of incompleteness as an individual. In such a situation, the individual in question becomes dependent on the goodwill of the other person for their emotional well-being, rather than standing as an equal partner in the relationship. This state of being, wherein one is incapable of inflicting harm or causing distress, may initially seem a commendable quality. However, this approach has the significant drawback of restricting personal growth and development. An individual's character is shaped by the ability to overcome challenges, both internal and external. Failing to engage with these darker aspects of existence represents a missed opportunity for personal and professional development. This inability to defend oneself or others effectively can result in a reliance on those who are able to do so, which further perpetuates a cycle of vulnerability and powerlessness. This lack of completeness touches on the essence of human interrelationships. The dynamics of respect, trust, and mutual support are complex and often require a delicate balance between gentleness and the strength to take a stand. Individuals who are unable to take a stand due to incapacity rather than choice may find it challenging to command respect or to be seen as reliable in times of crisis. Therefore, this form of harmlessness, rather than being a virtue, represents a limitation that hinders the development of a fully realized, robust, and resilient self-concept. The path to self-completeness requires an understanding of one's capacity for darkness. This understanding should not be viewed as a limitation but rather as a potential to be managed and overcome. The third reason explores the complex relationship between acknowledging one's darker capabilities and fostering self-respect and mutual respect. The crux of this argument is that true self-respect is not merely about recognizing one's virtues, it is also about confronting and mastering one's shadows. This confrontation is not a means of glorifying or acting upon these darker impulses. Rather, it is an opportunity to understand their nature and to choose a higher path consciously. Without this acknowledgement, an individual's self-respect remains incomplete. It is built on an inadequate self-concept that ignores the full spectrum of their potential, both for positive and negative outcomes. Furthermore, a failure to engage with one's darker capacities has a significant impact on how others perceive and respect an individual. Respect from colleagues often stems from a recognition of strength, resilience, and the moral integrity that arises from overcoming personal challenges. When an individual demonstrates that they have not only faced their darker tendencies but have also mastered them, they gain a deeper, more authentic form of respect. This respect is based on an understanding of the multifaceted and profound nature of their character, reflecting their commitment to self-development and ethical conduct. For instance, when confronted with substantial obstacles such as tight deadlines and high team pressure, it is natural to be inclined to overlook conflicts between team members, with the hope that they will resolve themselves. This avoidance, while convenient, fails to address underlying issues and demonstrates a reluctance to engage with a critical aspect of leadership: conflict resolution. Identifying the conflict as a personal leadership challenge requires acknowledging your own concerns about upsetting others or being disliked. By directly addressing the issue, facilitating open communication, and working towards a resolution, you can overcome personal discomfort and enhance team cohesion and project success. This approach not only enhances your personal self-respect by confronting and managing internal challenges, but also earns the respect of your team. Demonstrating a willingness to address challenging situations directly demonstrates resilience, integrity, and commitment to the team's well-being and the project's success. Failing to engage with these more challenging aspects can lead to a perception of naivety or weakness, which can have a negative impact on the respect one commands in professional settings. The same respect that is shown to others is also earned by demonstrating a nuanced and balanced approach to one's inner world. Such recognition stems from the individual's ability to navigate the complex inner landscape and emerge with a nuanced understanding of themselves and a clear commitment to ethical conduct. Another reason why an individual who does not exhibit harmful behavior is not necessarily a good person is the compelling need for shadow integration, a psychological process that is crucial for achieving personal wholeness. This process requires a comprehensive examination of one's inner self, confronting aspects that are often avoided, including the potential for malevolence, unacknowledged aspirations, and repressed anxieties. This approach is supported by the pioneering insights of Carl Jung, who emphasized the importance of embracing our entire being, including those aspects that may be hidden from view. This process is not about allowing negative aspects to take control. Rather, it is about acknowledging their existence as a first step towards achieving complete self-awareness. It is imperative that this integration be completed. Without it, we remain incomplete, with only partial awareness of our full potential. This partial awareness limits our capacity to navigate life authentically, leaving us vulnerable to unseen forces within us. The process of integrating the shadow aspects of our personalities is thus a process of liberation, freeing us from the constraints imposed by unexamined fears and desires. Facing our darker capacities can lead to significant personal growth and transformation. It enables us to draw upon a more comprehensive range of our emotional and psychological strengths, thereby enriching our personal and interpersonal experience. This transformative process has the additional benefit of enhancing self-understanding and deepening our compassion for others, recognizing that we all share a common human struggle. In the final analysis, shadow integration provides the foundation for a more authentic, resilient, and compassionate existence. It is about transforming our relationship with the aspects of ourselves that we have learned to fear or despise, transforming them into sources of strength. This psychological journey, though challenging, is essential for anyone seeking a complete and balanced life, where decisions are made from a place of full awareness and profound self-acceptance. The fifth reason is the exploration of controlled strength as a vital virtue. This involves a nuanced understanding that the mastery over one's capacity for harm imbues an individual with a form of strength that is both powerful and measured. This concept goes beyond the conventional notion of strength as merely physical or coercive power. Instead, it views strength as a conscious act of restraint and moral discernment. The journey to recognizing and mastering this capacity for harm is complex and requires not only self-awareness but also a strong commitment to personal ethics. It is about leveraging the potential for destructive behavior in a way that it becomes a safeguard for peace rather than a threat to it. This level of expertise is not achieved immediately. It is developed through ongoing reflection and the consistent practice of self-control. It necessitates that an individual address their most challenging impulses and learn to navigate them with discernment. In this way, individuals develop a controlled strength that is not reactionary but responsive. It is not impulsive, it is intentional. This kind of strength is uncommon and represents a higher level of moral capability. The decision not to harm, despite having the power to do so, is a reflection of true inner fortitude. The virtue of controlled strength. GTH enhances the capacity for true goodness in business. It allows individuals to act from a position of compassion and understanding, rather than from a place of fear or aggression. The restraint it advocates is not a sign of weakness but rather a testament to the individual's strength of character and depth of moral conviction. It is the hallmark of an individual who can maintain composure in the face of provocation, safeguard without causing unwarranted harm, and direct with a firm yet compassionate approach. Reason 6 highlights the crucial need for individuals in leadership roles or with significant responsibilities to recognize their capacity for harm as a key aspect of effective leadership and protection. This necessity does not stem from a desire to exercise power recklessly. Rather, it stems from the understanding that true leadership involves the discernment to know when and how to apply force, whether metaphorical or literal, for the greater good. The role of a leader requires more than the ability to inspire. It necessitates the capacity to make difficult decisions, which may involve the use of force or the imposition of strict measures, in order to ensure the well-being of the majority. For leaders, an understanding of their capacity for harm is essential for effective decision-making. This enables them to act with authority and decisiveness when necessary. This is not about promoting violence, but rather acknowledging the potential for it and ensuring it is managed in a prudent manner. A leader who understands this balance is able to navigate the complex dynamics of power, influence, and responsibility with wisdom and integrity. They become capable of protecting their people, not only through the power of their ideals, but also through the pragmatic application of their strength. Embracing one's darker capabilities fosters a respect that is grounded in realism, not idealism. Both followers and adversaries recognize the depth of such leaders' commitment to their principles and their willingness to confront challenges head-on, even when it means making difficult choices. This enhances the level of trust placed in them, reinforcing their legitimacy and the effectiveness of their leadership. For those who have been selected for leadership roles, acknowledging their capacity for harm is not a negative process, it is a crucial step in developing a sophisticated understanding of leadership. It is about preparing oneself for the realities of governance and protection, where the strength to do harm, when tempered with wisdom and restraint, becomes an indispensable asset. This complex balance is what enables leaders to protect, serve, and guide their followers towards a common goal. Therefore, The embrace of one's capacity for harm is a crucial component of responsible and effective leadership. The final reason addresses the transformative impact on both society and personal relationships when individuals strive for true goodness rather than settling for mere harmlessness. This pursuit of goodness, which involves a deep engagement with one's capacity for harm and a deliberate choice to act virtuously, cultivates a more ethical and resilient community. When individuals commit to this path, they contribute to a collective ethos that values depth of character, moral integrity, and the welfare of others above the simplicity of being inoffensive. This commitment cultivates an environment where trust, mutual respect, and a sense of shared purpose flourish, laying the foundation for a resilient and thriving society. From a personal standpoint, pursuing goodness over harmlessness fosters more profound and meaningful connections in relationships. It encourages authenticity and openness, allowing individuals to relate to one another with a full understanding of their complexities and vulnerabilities, which in turn fosters stronger, more meaningful connections. This depth of interaction fosters a form of resilience that is rooted in mutual support and understanding, enhancing the capacity of relationships to navigate adversities. Furthermore, by selecting positive actions, individuals set an example for others, which can positively influence the moral standards of their communities. The collective pursuit of goodness over harmlessness has the potential to drive significant societal transformation. It alters the cultural narrative from one that eschews conflict in the pursuit of progress to one that recognizes the opportunities for growth inherent in the challenges of ethical living. Such a society is better positioned to address injustices, foster social cohesion, and create an environment where individuals are empowered to achieve their potential. The transition from a community of the harmless to one of the actively good represents a journey towards a more ethical, just, and resilient society. This new society will be equipped to meet the challenges of living together with wisdom, strength, and compassion. In navigating the complex landscape of ethical decision-making, we recognize that the absence of harm does not necessarily equate to goodness. It is a journey that is shrouded in uncertainty, where the depths of self-discovery reveal the complex interplay between light and darkness within. Those who are bold enough to embark on the challenging journey towards true goodness will find themselves drawn to a path that is shrouded in mystery. This path is illuminated by the flickering flames of self-awareness, mastery, and the conscious choice to transcend one's capacity for harm. As we navigate this ethereal landscape, we are compelled to acknowledge that harmlessness, when stripped of its veneer, reveals a profound incompleteness, a void that yearns to be filled with the insights of our most challenging truths. In the context of vulnerability, true strength is forged in the crucible of conscious restraint. This strength emanates from the core of our being and is tempered by the conscious control of our primal urges. Leaders emerge from the shadows, ready to take on the challenges ahead. They are not here to dominate, but to lead with a sense of moral integrity. Those who embark on this journey of transformation find that the shadows they confront become the cloak of wisdom that adorns their shoulders. As they navigate the complex currents of societal and personal transformation, they become a source of guidance for those seeking to align their actions with the highest standards of integrity and moral excellence. In this complex and ever-changing environment, the path towards genuine excellence is not straightforward. It requires navigating a complex labyrinth where the answers are not found in the clarity of light, but in the depths of shadow. It is a journey of discovery, of understanding, and of the ongoing pursuit to uncover the enigma of our own humanity.